So it's a cold, windy day here in central Alberta, so I'm working in my shop. But I was just going to tell everybody, I had a buddy who had to go see an exorcist, and he took out the payment plan, and then he kind of ran into some troubles, and he missed a couple payments, and it's kind of sad, but he got repossessed. So post-harvest tradition of mine is heading over to Red Deer to the farm show there. It's called Agritrade, and it's a really cool show because it's local for one thing, and it's nice and close. And also I get to hang out with some buddies and also see what all's new in farming and in ag and stuff. And it's really helped me out over the years to see what's out there and to help me learn things about farming. And this year I ran into these guys, RC Farm Arm. They do like a remote control auger tractor. It's pretty cool. They're hopefully be able to make one for my Kubota, so I'm hoping to get that hopefully in the next year or so. Hopefully they'll get that figured out. But yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. Anyways, I thought I'd share a little bit kind of some of the pictures and stuff what I saw at the farm show in Red Deer, and also a little bit of a background on it was this year I got to hang out with my buddy Quick Dick, and also saw a bunch of other buddies of Wade McAllister from 5th Gen Farms and that out at Penhold. So it's always fun to meet up with those guys and hang out with them. And Lynn Dargy she has Farm Bucks, and so it was kind of cool to see all them again. I'd done a panel with them in the past at the farm show in Red Deer. So yeah, here's a few pics of the farm show. So I've arrived at the farm show. There's the Centrium. It's a nice balmy minus 25. So it's always a great day at the farm show when it's freezing, but that's normal for Agritrade. Might have to wait till this afternoon to check out the outdoor exhibits. It's yeah, a little cold out for sure. So probably go inside and see what's all in there, and then hopefully this afternoon it gets at least above minus 20. This is crazy, but yeah, like I say, it's kind of normal for the farm show in Red Deer. First thing I got to do is put on my Ag with Maddie gloves. I have a Wilson Super Bee, but this one's sure shiny. Would be nice to have on the farm, but yeah, they're worth a lot of money. Here's a cool new product, and I was pretty happy to get to meet Craig. It's the first time I ever got to meet him. He's the guy they kind of named the soap after, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, and there's lots of big shiny equipment. This is a pretty cool combine, and then the headers, they're making them massive. I had a pretty good talk with the guy about this one. It's pretty big. And then of course the John Deere X9, there it is, and all its beauty. The thing's massive, but whew, what a machine. Yep. And then this Seedmaster drill looks pretty cool. They're giving away 160 acres of canola seed and everything you need to put it in for a giveaway, so that's kind of neat. And of course my tractor that I've always wanted, but maybe someday. It's on my wish list. Then the Fendt combine, which Trocia Motors, my local dealer, sells, and always got to check them out. They're pretty cool, and they've come out with a few different products now. Here's their 2-track, and then their sprayer that's just brand new. And I had a good talk with some people about this big grain cart. It's massive, like it's just huge. It takes up half that building. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I actually am going to buy one of these Rodonos. That's a nice little sliding auger that will help out at harvest for unloading trucks. So looking forward to that. And of course, ran into my buddy Quick Dick. There he is, meeting and greeting. This is a cool little camera system for trailers. So one of the many joys of living in Canada is that I had to plow out my vineyard today so that I could actually haul some grain. Got it all kind of cleaned up there, and I piled it all up right there. Pretty handy blade. You pretty much have to have one if you live here. So yeah, a little bit of back to reality after being at the farm show last week. It's had lots of fun last week, but it's time to get back at her and do some farming. Well, we escaped the worst of it for a while, but now we're definitely getting winter. As you can see, I got fairly big snowdrifts back here, and the wind's whipping from the north, so it's pretty cold out. Basically, you got to be behind cover most of the time, otherwise you freeze pretty quick anyways. But it's barely below freezing, but the wind chill makes it a lot worse. So yeah, loading wheat today, and this is just disgusting. So hopefully we get a Chinook real soon.
Yeah, so this hard red spring wheat will end up going over to the Viterra elevator at Trishu, and I got a couple loads to go, so coming out of it in nice. It's still a little warm from harvest. It's amazing how much heat it holds, and looking pretty good. It's a nice clean sample, pretty good. There's a little bit of shell still in there, but for the most part it's pretty clean. So yeah, this guy hopefully gets sold and made into some flour, and hopefully ends up as a donut or a loaf of bread for you at your house.
Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a good day today. Just out checking my canola. It's kind of a fun time to go out and check because everything's at full flower right now and it's starting to pod, so it's lots to look at and lots to check out. And of course we're seeing some petal drop right now, and checking out to make sure nothing's going to be causing any disease, so because we can get sclerotinia for sure. So I'll switch around here. So as you can see, it's pretty bright yellow right now. This missed the hail. The last couple storms that came through missed us by about a mile or a mile and a half or so. So pretty lucky here. Some of my stuff got hit, but I had another field of canola about a mile west of here that got about 30%, 25 to 30% on part of the field. So fairly fortunate. I pulled a plant here. They're getting almost too big now to hold away to get a really good look at it. But as you can see, there's really good height. It's above my waist right now. So, and we're seeing pods starting to form. So pretty nice sized pods. They've got some good length to them, and there's a fair amount of them. So hopefully the plant can keep pushing. There's still, like I say, the flowers are going, so it's still creating more pod. No blanks, of course, in this year. There's no gaps in the branches. A lot of years we get a little bit too much heat, we'll get some flower blast. It'll overheat those flowers during the heat of the day, and they'll actually fall off and not form a pod. So some years we'll see missing branches. So these guys would come from a flower, so then all of a sudden that flower gets cooked off and it just won't form a pod. So there's no blanks yet, so everything's looking good. These are one of the side branches is pretty much done flowering, and it's got a fair amount of pods on it. So the roots are pretty good. There's a lot of sideways rooting. There's not a lot of taproot on this stuff right behind my house. It's had so much moisture. We're upwards of a foot of rain, so they're looking really good. It'll have to keep getting moisture, otherwise all of a sudden these roots will be in the dry soil, and then you'll see the plant start to maybe wilt a bit and maybe not do quite as well in the heat. But once again, they're calling for thunder showers tonight, but currently it looks pretty good. But I just got a warning on my phone for Trochu once again, but that's pretty much a common occurrence. So, but yeah, the plant itself is looking good. There's some areas, so you can see where the petal has fallen on the leaf, and we look down into that branch area where the leaf joins to the stem, like that there. So if you see where that petal dropped there, that can cause some sclerotinia because that's a host, right? So the spores are on that petal and then it drops down into there, and if the conditions are right, it'll start to form some sclerotinia. What variety? So this is a Liberty BSF variety, so it's L345, I think this stuff is. So it's a pod shatter clubroot variety, so it has a couple different traits built into it. So I'm actually going to be able to straight cut this field so I won't have to swath it. And also its resistance to clubroot will help it fend off the spores in the soil. So we've had some in the area, but I don't have any personally on my land yet. But like they say, you probably got it somewhere. So guys have got to be proactive on it. And so the majority of guys in my area now are using the clubroot varieties. So, which is a good thing because it'll hopefully reduce the spore counts in the soil and stop the spread. So, but yeah, so are you seeing that it lodges more than other varieties? Nothing yet. No, there's no lodging yet, but I don't normally see lodging in my canola, at least not till later. And then there's always the snowfall that'll get you. That'll always lodge it. But no, it's got just a nice height right now. Like it's about that, probably just below my chest. So I don't know how much taller it'll get. Of course, it'll grow a little bit more because it's flowering, but I don't know. I've had troubles with some of the varieties in the past getting too tall and then laying down, but this stuff is pretty good and it has fairly good nutrients put to it. So, and it's had lots of moisture and very good growth. So standing really good so far, and very happy with how much pods are forming on it and continue to form. So yes, it is beautiful. Yeah, it's very yellow. All the storm chasers love to get this in the foreground when they get a really big cloud because it makes such a contrasting picture. I seen a really good one just northwest of Trochu. There was a barn out in the canola field and the lady actually took that picture and it was pretty cool. So, but yeah. So like I say, I'm pretty happy with this variety and how everything's going so far with this canola behind my house. So I hope everybody else is having good luck with their crops and getting the rain when you need it and not too much or not too little. And I know right now we're getting some much needed heat and it'll help push these crops forward. So, but yes, so hope everybody's having a good day and I'll talk to you later.